Good evening, family. I'm glad everybody's doing all right. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the underrated one, the grinder. Okay, this, to me, this is a special underrated sports talk tonight. We're gonna read about the late great sister Rosetta Talk. Yes, we are grandmother of rock and roll and jazz and gossip and gospel. So, but she started out as gospel. But y'all go ahead. We go wait for some more people to come in. Okay. And also tonight, I will come back at 11:30. My special guest is going to be on special guest. It's PK boxing and MMA. Let me say it again. PK boxing and MMA. We gonna talk. We gonna chop it up about some boxing, but mostly about MMA. So the same people hopefully be here. Want you to come back 11:30 tonight. Go chop it up with the brother. He already. I was on this live. I was in the chat early. He already announced it on his side. Excuse me, where he at, and also, yeah, I did a video on it. So 11:30 tonight after this. Okay, 11:30 tonight p.m. Eastern time on the sports and politics round darkness roundtable. Gonna have PK boxing and MMA. That's for special guests. We're gonna chop it up tonight. So also watch out for that. All right, family. We're gonna wait for some more people to come in. Gonna read about the sister, read about the queen. Okay, wait for some more people. We're gonna read in a few minutes. What's up? What's up? Welcome, beloved. Welcome. Again, 11:30 tonight. After this live, I will be back on my channel, same channel. Special guest, PK boxing and MMA. We're gonna talk about some boxing, but mostly MMA. And want you to come back to that. All right, 11:30 p.m. tonight. It's gonna be after this. All right, 11:30 p.m. tonight, Eastern time. So watch out for that. We're gonna wait for a few minutes. We're gonna get this going. You see the if y'all want to donate, I got PayPal. It's in the chat. And also the link is for my live for 11:30. That's in tonight too. That's in the chat too. So check those out. Also, I got super chat. So wherever you want. Um, This is the story, especially sisters. Mm-hmm. Wait for some more people to come in. Gonna read about this. Okay. JMJ, what's good? What's good? Thanks for coming. Wait for a few more minutes. Then we're gonna get to going. Also to OJMJ. Glad you come, brother. Glad you came. I will be back 11:30 p.m. Eastern time tonight. A special guest is going to be PK boxing and MMA. We're gonna chop it up about some boxing, mostly about MMA, the politics and everything for it. And we getting it in tonight. The link is in the chat. So uh, yeah, thank you. Yeah. Tonight it's going down 11:30 p.m. Eastern time tonight. We're gonna wait for some more people. Gonna read about this trailblazer, one of my heroes. This is one of my heroes that hardly nobody don't talk about. But we're gonna read about it tonight. And also I urge the women. Oh my God, women, you need to read about this. Gonna wait a few more minutes. Oh, welcome, brother. Glad you came. Salute you. Respect to you, brother. Respect to you. Thanks for coming. Very much appreciate. Very much appreciate. Anybody want to donate? My PayPal is in the link. It's in the chat. Also, I got super chat. If you don't have nothing to donate, always hit the like button. Always hit the like button. That'd be very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Go wait for some more people to come in. A few minutes gonna read about. Oh, she was before that, JMJ. She was before that. Like I said, I knew about it ever since I was very little. I was like I was like 7, something like that. Self-care boss. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Oh yeah. The women in it. Oh my God. Y'all gonna enjoy this one. Men too, but women, especially women, y'all gonna enjoy this one. Look at the title. And also after this, 11:30 p.m. Eastern time tonight. I will be back with special guests. It's PK. That's his channel, PK Boxing and MMA. He's gonna be a special guest. We're gonna chop it up. We're gonna chop it up tonight. Okay, no problem. We'll get about five more minutes. You're gonna read about um doing that. Let's see. Hold on, family. Another 5 more minutes, family. We will get on with the story. Wait some more people to come in. Gab Talk Media, peace, my brother. Thanks for coming. Also, like I said, Gab, and I'll be thanks for coming. I'll be doing another live tonight. It's back on my channel, sports and sports and politics, the Darkness Roundtable. Special guest, his channel is PK Boxing and MMA. We're gonna chop up with some. We're gonna chop it up about boxing a little bit, but mostly it's gonna be about MMA. Okay, so I want y'all to come back. All right, that's gonna be 11:30. After this, it's gonna be 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. So want y'all to come back if y'all can. Want you to come back. Want you to come back tonight. It's going down. It's going down. Shout out to the LDBC. That's Lions Den boxing community. Also basketball community. He's down with LDBC and also the MMA community. So we're gonna chop it up. So when I was talking to him earlier, he getting some things done. So he's prepared, family. And I'm prepared too. I got some stuff too. Yeah, I know a little something. Hey, what up, John Brooks? Thanks for coming. Well, anybody can hear me, press 1. So we're gonna get this story going. Thank you. Thanks a lot, John Brooks, brother. I appreciate that. Like I said, you look at the link. All right, thank you. Anybody press 1. Like I said, I got my PayPal link, and also I got to do super chat. So anybody want to donate either one, that'd be very much appreciated. Or if not, hey, hit the like button. It's cool. All right. So we gonna get this going here. All right. Godmother of rock and roll, and also she started off gospel. one of the wicked electric guitar players of all time, the late great Rosetta Tharpe. And here it goes, family. Here it is. Also, like I said, she started with gospel. So the queens in here, this is a treat. Even men too, don't get me wrong. But women, this is a treat. All right. I want to thank y'all again for coming. Very much appreciated. And here it goes. Sister Rosetta Tharpe was an American singer, songwriter, guitarist, and recording artist. She attained popularity in the 30s and the 40s with her gospel recordings characterized with a unique mixture of spiritual lyrics and rhythm accompanied that was a precursor of rock and roll. She was born March 20th, 1915. She passed away October 9th, 1973. Was an American singer, songwriter, guitarist, and record artist. Attained popularity in the 1930s and 40s with a gospel record characterized with Mr. Persecuted. Okay, I already read about that. And you're going to get up out of here. She was the first recording star of gospel music and among the first gospel musicians to appeal to rhythm and blues and rock and roll audience, later being referred to as the original soul sister and the godmother of rock and roll. She influenced early rock and roll musicians, including Little Richard, Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins, Chuck Berry, Elvis Presley, and Jerry Lee Lewis. You notice that she influenced giants, all men. Let me read it again. Influenced early rock and roll musicians. A guy say it again. Little Richard, Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins, Chuck Berry, Elvis Presley, and Jerry Lee Lewis. Rice AK, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, Queen. Thanks for coming. Appreciate that. Tharpe was a pioneer of her guitar technique. She was among the first popular recording artists to use a heavy distortion of her electric guitar. Presents the rise of the electric blues. Her guitar playing technique has a profound influence on the development of British blues in the 60s. In particular, a European tour with Muddy Waters in 1963 with a stop in Manchester. That's in England. In site called the prominent British guitarists such as Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, Keith Richards, also she influenced. Willing to cross the line between the scarce and sacred and secular by performing her music of light in the darkness of nightclubs and concert halls with a big band behind her. Tharpe pushed spiritual music into the mainstream and helped pioneer the rise of pop gospel, beginning in 1938 with the recording Rock Me, and with her 1939 This Train. Her unique music left a lasting mark on most conventional gospel artists such as Ira Tucker, Sing of the Dixie Hummingbirds. The one I read, they are gospel legends. Matter of fact, they are icons. You put that in. While she offends some conservative churchgoers of her foray into the pop world, she never left gospel music. The 1944 release Down by the River was selected for the National Recording Registry of the U.S. Library of Congress in 2004, which noted that it captured her spirit guitar playing and unique vocal style, demonstrating clearly her influence on early rhythm and blues performers, and cite her influence in many gospel and jazz and rock artists. Down by the Riverside was recorded by Tharpe in New York City as an issue of Decca Records single. I'm not going to read the number, so but y'all know what's up. Her 1945 hit Strange Things Happens Every Day, recorded in late 1944, features Tharpe voice and electric guitar with semi-priced piano, bass, and drums. It was the first gospel record to cross over, hitting #2 of the Billboard race records. Now I'm gonna stop right there. R&B was not there yet. They call it race records because that's all they call. So you got to understand at that time the establishment back there, they did not respect our music. Even when we started really creating music. See, this is during the time that jazz started moving up the prominence and everything. When I was reading about the late great Duke Ellington and his songwriter had Billy Strayhorn when they met each other in 1939. But at that time, but before then, Duke Ellington, you know, he started playing music back in 1919. But I just want to explain that so people y'all can connect the dots and stuff like that. And so at that time they called race records and Billboard. That's Billboard called race records. All right, charts. The term that they use for what later became R&B charts. You hear what I'm saying, fam? Later on, as like I said, in April 1945, the record has been cited as a precursor of rock and roll. On December 13, 2017, Tharpe was chosen for introduced into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as early influence. Wow. That's a slap in the face. Early influence. Okay? Childhood and early career. Sister Rosetta Sharp was, like I said, born in 1915 as Rosetta Nubin in Cotton Platte, Arkansas, to Kate Bell Nubin and Willis Atkins, who were cotton pickers. However, researcher Bob Eagle and Eric LeBlanc gave her name as Rother Atkins or Atkinson. Her mother name being Kate Harper. Little is known of her father except that he was a singer. Tharpe mother Kate was also a singer and a Magdalenian player, evangelist, and preacher for the Church God of Christ, which was founded in 1894 by Charles Harrison Mason, a Black Pentecostal bishop who encouraged rhythmic music expression, dancing, and praise, and allowed women to sing and teach in church. Encouraged by her mother, Tharpe began to sing and play the guitar as little Rosetta Nubin at the age of 4. Family. She started playing at the age of 4. Was a sight as musical prodigy. I'm gonna stop right there. The late great Billy Preston, he was a child prodigy too. He stopped playing organ of the late great Mahalia Jackson. Let me repeat that. The late great Billy Preston, He first came up in gospel. He was a child prodigy too, but when he was 10, he played the organ for the late great Mahalia Jackson. She passed away in 72, I think. So I just want to throw that in. About 1921, at the age 6, Tharpe had joined her mother as a regular performer in a traveling evangelical troupe. Billed as a singer and guitar-playing miracle, she accompanied her mother in performance. That was part of the sermon and part gospel concert before audience across the American South. In the mid-1920s, Tharpe and her mother settled in Chicago, Illinois, where they performed religious concerts, COGIC, I read that before, church, on 40th Street, occasionally traveling to perform at church conventions throughout the country. Tharpe developed considerable fame as a musical prodigy, standing out in an era where prominent black female guitarists were rare. And she the one started fame. In 1934, at the age 19, she married Thomas Tharpe. Now, when you see her name, right, instead of his name was spelled THORPE, but later on she spelled it THARPE, right? I want to throw that in. Preacher who accompanied her and her mother in many of their tours. The marriage lasted only a few years, but she decided to adopt a version of her husband's surname as her stage name, Sister Rosetta Tharpe. Like I said, she took out the O and added the A. In 1938, she left her husband and moved with her mother in New York City. Although she married several times, she performed as Rosetta Tharpe for the rest of her life. Recording career. On October 31st, 1938, age 23, Tharpe recorded for the first time 4 sides of Decca Records, backed by Lucky Minder Jazz Orchestra. The first gospel song ever recorded by D.K. Rockby, That's All My Man, and Now The Lonesome Room, was instant hits. Established Tharpe as an overnight sensation, one of the first commercial success gospel recording artists. Rockby influenced by many rock and roll singers such as Elvis Presley, Little Richard, and Jerry Lee Lewis. In 1942, music critic Maurice Oldinger described Tharpe. Rockby wrote that a sister Rosetta Tharpe for the rock and roll spiritual singer. She had signed a 7-year contract with Reminder and was managed by Mo Gal. Jocelyn Joy, welcome. Her record caused by intermediate fear. Many churchgoers were shocked by the mixture of gospel-based lyrics and secular sound music, but secular audience loved them. She played on several occasions with white singers group the Jordanaires. Tharpe appeared with the jazz artist Cab Calloway, that's a jazz icon, late great Cab Calloway, at the Harlem. I had to throw it in. Harlem Cotton Club in October 1938, and in John Hammond's Spiritual to Swing concert at Carnegie Hall on December 23rd, 1938. Gained more fame along with without notoriety. These performances, which both shocked and all the crowds, were controversy as well as revolutionary in several respects. Performed gospel for secular nightclub audience and alongside blues and jazz musicians and dancers was unusual. And in conservative religious circles, a woman played guitar in such settings was frowned upon. For these reasons, Tharpe fell out of favor with segments of the gospel community. Her recording of This Train and Rock Me, which combined gospel themes with a bouncy tempo arrangement, were hits in the late 30s, with audience have little previous exposure to gospel music. It had been suggested that Tharpe has little choice in the material she contracted to record with Milner. Rosetta and Milner increasingly at odds in 1943. Raising Summer and Emily welcome as Rosetta is to quit the big band circuit and renew her career as a strictly gospel act. As Rossi Moore remembers, she hadn't want to do light fare poking fun at old time religion or worldly material like Tall Skinny Papa, but found herself bound by co- contractual contractual obligations. Her nightclub performance, in which she will sometimes singing gospel songs amid chat, sadly, chat showgirls caused her to be shunned of some of the gospel community. During this time, masculinity was directly linked to her guitar skills. Tharpe defined this gender construct, and instead of being praised for such wildly and bold, was often backhand compliment from fans and media that she could merely play like a man, despite the fact that she should did outplay many men at the time, exemplifying her skills at guitar battles at the Apollo. She was a revolutionary and disputed the music genre on both sex and race. And this is very important, family, because she was doing many things that was unheard of. And also, I said she was a songwriter. She also writes some of her stuff too. And she outplayed, she actually outplayed men. And she was at that time she really growing of very respectable in the industry at the time, despite how racism is. And understand this, she was black and also a woman. I want you to understand that on those times. Continue. Tharpe continued to record during the World War II, one of the two gospel artists able to record V-disc from troop overseas. Her song Strange Things Happen in Every Day, recorded in 1944 with Sam Price. Deacon House Boogie Woogie pianist showcased her ferocity as a guitar and her witty lyrics and delivery. This was the first gospel song to make Billboard's Harlem Hit Parade. Billboard, they had some names back then, y'all. Later known as Race Records, did R&B. Wow. Top 10, an achievement that will accomplish several more times in her career. This 1944 record has been credited by some being the first rock and roll record. Let me say it again. A black woman. This 1944 record has been credited by some as being the first rock and roll record. Tharpe toured throughout the 1940s, backing by various gospel quartets, including the Disney Hummingbirds. That is a gospel legend. I say icon. In 1946, Tharpe saw Marie Knight perform at a Mahalia Jackson concert in New York. Tharpe recognized a special talent in Knight. 2 weeks later, Tharpe showed up at Knight's doorstep, inviting her to go on the road. They toured the gospel circuit for numbers of years. During they recorded such hits as Up Above My Head and Gospel Train. Though dismissed by both artists as gossip, several of the gospel community speculates that Knight and Tharpe maintained a romantic and sexual relationship. That was interesting. Starting in 1949, their popular took a sudden downturn. Mahalia Jackson was started to eclipse chart in popularity, and Knight harbored a desire to break free as a solo act into popular music. Furthermore, around this time, Knight lost her children and mother in a house fire. Wow. That same year, commemorating the first anniversary being a homeowner in Richmond, Virginia. That ain't that far from me. All right. Tharpe put on a concert at what is now Actress Theater, supporting her for what concert was the Twilight Singers, whom Rosetta adopted as her background singer for future concerts, renamed the Rosettes. Tharpe attracted 25,000 paying customers to her wedding, to her manager, Russell Morrison, her third marriage, followed by a vocal performance at Griffin Stadium in Washington, D.C. in 1951. In 1957, Tharpe was booked for a month-long tour of the UK by British trombonist Chris Barber. In April and May 1964, at the height of surge of popular interest in the blues, she toured Europe as part of the Blues and Gospel Caravan alongside Muddy Waters and Otis Spann, Ransom Knowles, and Little Willie Smith, Reverend Gary Davis, Cousin Joe, and Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee. Tharpe was introduced on stage and accompanied by pianist Cousin Joe Pleasant. Under the office of George Wine, the caravan was stage managed by Joe Boyd. A concert in the rain was recorded by Granada Television at the Discus Railway Station at Wilbraham Road, Manchester. That's in England. In May 1964, the band performed on one platform while the audience was seated on the opposite platform. All right, later life and death. Tharpe performance was curtailed by a stroke in 1970, in which one of her legs was amputated as a result of complications from their diabetes. On October 9, 1973, the eve of scheduled recording session, she died in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, as a result of another stroke. She was buried at an unmarked grave in Norwood Cemetery in Philadelphia. A marker has been placed on the grave. Later resurgence. A resurgence of interest in Tharpe's work has led to biographies, several NPR segments, scholarly articles, and honors. The United States Postal Service issued a 32-cent commemorating stamp to honor Tharpe on July 15, 1998. Yeah, I remember that. That was big back then, y'all. I remember that. That was a few. None of that was done with it. In 2007, she was inducted posthumously into the Blues Hall of Fame. And in 2008, a concert was held to raise funds for the mark for her grave. In January 11th was declared Sister Rosetta Tharpe Day in Pennsylvania. A gravestone was put into place later that year, and a Pennsylvania historical marker was approved for placement on her home in the Yorktown neighborhood of Philadelphia.
In 2011, BBC aired a 1-hour documentary of Sister Rosetta Tharpe, the godmother of rock and roll, written and directed by UK filmmaker Bill Shasky. And in 2013, the film was shown in the U.S. as part of the PBS series American Masters. I remember that. The film was been repeatedly numerous times in the UK and US. More recently in March 2015. To mark 100th anniversary of Tharpe's birth. On March 20th, 2015, the UK newspaper The Guardian published a 100th birthday tribute to Richard Williams. On September 12, 2016, the musical play Marie and Rosetta, based on the relationship between Tharpe and Marie Knight, opened at the Atlantic Theater Company in New York. On October 5th, 2017, Tharpe was listed nominee for the 2018 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee. On December 13, 2017, she was elected into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a early influence. Musical influence. Musically, Tharpe. Roy Empress Kitchen, thanks for coming. Very much appreciate. Let me stop right there before I continue. After this, family, I will come back 11:30 tonight. I'll be chopping up with the brother PK Boxing and MMA. We're gonna talk about some sports and MMA and the politics with it. So after this 11:30 tonight, come back in this channel. It's gonna be on sports. Sports. It's gonna be sports and politics. Darkness Roundtable. All right. So 11:30 tonight. Check it out. Musical influence. Musically, Tharpe, unique guitar style, blended melody, driven urban blues with traditional folks. Now, in the mods, right? I want you to go up on the chat. I want you to repost that, okay? Please repost my PayPal and repost my live tonight. Thank you very much. Musically, Tharpe, unique guitar style, blend melody-driven urban blues with traditional folk arrangement incorporated by Persian swing sound that is one of the first clear precursors of rock and roll. Little Richard referred by stomping, shouting, gospel music performed as his favorite singer when he was a child. In 1947, she heard Richard singing before her concert at the Macon City Auditorium and later invited him on stage to sing with her. It was Richard's first public performance outside of the church. Following the show, she paid him for his performance, which inspired him to become a performer. When Johnny Cash gave his inductee speech, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, he referred to Tharpe as his favorite singer when he was a child. His daughter, Roseanne Cash, stated in an interview with Larry King that Tharpe was her father's favorite singer. Tharpe began recording with electric guitar in the 1940s, with That's All, which has been cited as an influence on Chuck Berry, Elvis Presley. Other musicians, including Aretha Franklin, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Isaac Hayes, had identified her singing, guitar playing, and showmanship as an important influence on them. She was held in particular high esteem by UK jazz/blues singer George Mellon. Tina Turner credited Tharpe, along with Mahalia Jackson, as an early musical musical influence. Such diverse performers as Meatloaf, Nia Sedaka, Karen Carpenter has attested to the influence of Tharpe in the rhythmic energy she emanated of her performance. Carpenter drum fill especially reminiscent of Tharpe's Charlton Chug. Later artists such as C. Michelle has credited her influence with her performance of gospel songs and secular music. The Bristol's band Alabama Big named a track after Tharpe on their debut album Excel on Cold Harbor Lane, 1997, Sister Rosetta, and recorded a version of her song Up Above My Head. In 2007, the UK indie rock band Noiseless released the single Sister Rosetta Capture the Spirit from their album What's the Time, Mr. Wolf. Along in 2007, Alison Krauss and Robert Plant record a dual version of the song Sister Rosetta Goes Before Us, written by Sam Phillips. Phillips released her version of the song and her 2008 album, I Don't Do Anything. Michelle Shock opened her live gospel album, To Heaven You Ride. In 2007, with Strange Things Happening Every Day, along with a tribute to Sharp with Top. In 2001, the Fresh film Emily included a scene showing the Parnassus house band neighbor mesmerized book with montage of video clips that feature performances Up and Up Above My Head by Tharpe. 2014, the Canadian film Fils de Mia including about 1 minute of Tharpe singing Did It Rain from the video of Tharpe 1964 concert at the Willingham Road Railway Station. In 2016, Mary Chaplin Carpenter wrote and recorded "Oh Rosetta" for her Things That We Are Made album. Mary Chaplin explained during the touring the following of the album release that she was imagining conversation with Sister Rosetta. And in 1918, singer Frank Turner wrote and performed the song Sister Rosetta about her influence and how she deserved to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I agree on that. She performed this song for the first time on June 24th in Fairlawn, Ohio. Yeah, yep. So that's that, family. Again, it's again tonight. I'll be back 11:30. Tonight, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. A special guest, PK Boxing and MMA. I want y'all to check that out. Also, anybody that wants to talk about the late great Sister Rosetta Tharpe, feel free. Just if you want to just put your email in the chat,
I copy it down so y'all can get on. It's up to y'all. So, anybody that want to join the panel, put your email in the chat. Now copy it down. Be more than happy. And also, she liked the women. She liked the woman that like her. So she was a trailblazer. She, she died in the late 50s. You know, one of the very underrated electric guitars playing of all time. Child prodigy. And underrated daughters, I want you to share this stream throughout social media. Make sure the bell is lit. Look, monitor everything from Facebook. Everything is in the description box. Check that out. If you want to get in contact with me. This is a beautiful story. This is a beautiful story about a black woman that sets standard. And she don't get the credit that she do. She in the Blues Hall of Fame. They might as well put her in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame too. Why not? And also, she was around at the time they started R&B. You ask me, she should be in the Gospel Hall of Fame too. She was the first gospel song that charted in Billboard, race music. So she is one of a kind. So I'm just trying to see who else going to come on the panel. And get back to Billy Preston. He passed away in 2006. He was along the times with Sister Rosetta Tharpe and around Mahalia Jackson. Yep. And he played Mahalia Jackson, and also Billy Preston left gospel, and he made quite a few albums back in the '60s too that a lot of people don't know. And he linked up with the Beatles,
if anybody would know music, they always call him the fifth Beatle. And My Sweet Lord, I thought that was by George Harrison, the late George Harrison of the Beatles. Come to find out, he was the first one to put it out first back in, I believe, 1970. My Sweet Lord. I want you to go to I want you to go whenever this come off. I want you to go to Billy Preston and type in My Sweet Lord. It should be in there. And listen to that. That was some soul gospel stuff right there. He took it back. And and also he's very underrated of the organ player, keyboard player, piano playing, and also he was an excellent songwriter too. He the one who wrote the song "You Are So Beautiful to Me." Now it was one time. It was at times. It was some people said that he was gay, and something happened to him when he was very young, and that's what they said speculation. But he the one going around in circles. If you ever listen to Billy Preston, it's always had that gospel sound, that soul gospel sound. And also he made songs deals with conditions too of our people too. Also, he did a soundtrack too. Let me pull it up because I think he did. Yeah, he wrote a soundtrack too. Pull up Billy Preston. Hey, the doctor's giving you jewels now. Doctor's dropping jewels. And then, throughout in the late 70s, he was not known. He made a minor comeback in the 80s. And I think he did like a lot of collabs with different people. He always did collab. He excellent collabs too. He did collab with Sly Garrett. Go give me. No, I can't. No, can't do that. But it's a song by 79. I want you to look it up. Billy Preston. So oops. Pull up. Billy Preston. I'm gonna do a story about Billy Preston too. I'm gonna look for it because I know he did a there it is. He did when Slaughter came out with the Hammer, Fred Williamson, right? He did a whole soundtrack to Slaughter. Y'all gotta hear that. I cannot play no music here because I would get charged and all that. So my thing's monetized. So I'm saying, but go to check it out. Slaughter by Billy Preston. Oh, it's hard. It's hard. And you see he would play. Salute to you, Muhammad's the one. Oh yeah, Muhammad's the one. I'll be back 11:30 tonight. It's gonna be on my channel. Sports and let me read this. So what's this saying? Okay. Okay, sports and politics, darkness roundtable, 11:30 tonight. My special guest will be PK, boxing and MMA. Again, sports and politics, darkness roundtable, special guest PK, boxing and MMA. We're going to talk about some boxing, but mostly we're going to talk about MMA. Okay, so watch out for that tonight. After this tonight, 11:30 p.m. So I'm gonna do my thing. Okay, but get back to Billy Preston. Also, something like
Sister Rosetta, he didn't get the credit he deserved to. And also, he wrote for some people too. And he wrote Going Around in Circles. He did oh man, let me pull him up again, because oh my goodness, he made some hits, family. He's one of the few people that made some early disco records back in the early 70s. And Nothing for Nothing, he did in 74. Go Around Circles. Oh, that's the song with Sarah Garrett of 79, I'm Born Again. My Sweet Lord. Now, that's the song I was telling you about in 1970. Like I said, the late great George Harrison of the Beatles, they thought that he made it first. No, Billy Preston made it first. And I believe that maybe a few months later, maybe a few months later in the same year, 1970, that's when became a, but when George Harrison did it, was a bigger hit. So I cannot play these songs on here because I get in trouble. I did that last week, a few days ago, and I got written up, so I can't do it. But y'all could go and find that out. All right. William Everett Preston is born 1946, passed away. June 6, 2006. And he also died when he was 59 too. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna do a story. I'm gonna do a story about Billy Preston too. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing the near future. The great Billy Preston. Don't get the credit he deserves too. So I'm giving you extra juice, family. I'm giving you extra juice. Anybody that want to get on the panel for a few minutes before I go, let me know. I'll get you on the panel, but I have to stay a few minutes because I got to get ready for 11:30 tonight. Special guest PK Boxing and MMA. The link is in the chat, as you see. Also, I got a PayPal account, or if you want to I also got super chat. If you want to hit that, that'd be greatly appreciated. All right, or hit the like button. But share this. I want you to share this stream. All right. So I'm glad I'll probably just close this out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to end this. All right. And again, 11:30 tonight on my sports and politics darkness roundtable, special guest PK Boxing and MMA. He will come tonight. We're going to chop it up tonight. All right. So stay tuned for that. So I will be back at 11:30 p.m. Eastern time tonight. A little more than an hour from now, I'll be back. But this one is Get On.